Greetings, and this is becoming like a very lame and boring topic. I concur and I agree, but it so seems like you all had way too much fun dissing me for many years, and I have known since I'm a kid. I have like groups and cliques of, gang stalkers. Like today, I'm being asked to report them to the cops because it's all the time, all night. Like they're stalking me, they're driving by, they're trying to kill me, put death threats every day. It never stops. So you all must understand that, divine masculine consciousness is the one that fell. So if anybody trying to call me a fallen, I never fell. I am Aurora. Anybody is trying to validate the government at the detriment of the Galactic Confederates, please don't talk to me. I don't have time for you. I don't validate any government institution, any church. I mean, for churches to have married other people down the aisle in someone else's name knowingly, and anybody still going to church, you have problems. The school systems, all my schools I went to knew me as my maiden name. Then I applied for American citizen, and I went to American schools and colleges and everything. That means that there's no such thing as a global American belonging. It's a sham. It's a sham. It's a fraud. This was never meant to be a competition. This is the land of the brave, women, the free. Women have equal rights as men. So, if any guy, John meets Sarah from Uruguay. Sarah is on a green card because she did it for herself. John never did anything for Sarah. And while she was being housed, even though they were a couple sleeping together, she still paid rent. And then next thing you know, Sarah applies for American citizen and her name is America. Oh, but then John and Sarah break up. Sarah goes to another state to continue her proceedings because it's called the United States, and normally you can take your legal proceedings from state to state. I mean, there's USCIS offices everywhere in the United States and the 50 states. If I'm applying for a citizen in Illinois, then I move to Delaware, I can still go to Delaware's USCIS and acquire my citizen. Normally, it's supposed to be a unified field. But now, because you're all under the influence of those terrorist people, the field is disunified, that it's only set up to suit their fat egos. So that's what's going on. She goes off because John turns out to have a madness, insanity problem. Sarah goes off to apply in the next state for America. And they're trying to kill her. They're attacking her. Some people are mocking her, calling her a dog. They're smashing her down, kicking her out of everywhere. People are acting completely absurdly retarded. She goes back to the place where she met John, and she finds out John married Eva as America. And then he wants to approach Sarah and call her Sarah to prove that John is an American megalomaniac, insane, racist, disrespectful piece of shit. And the women in America, and even like people in, say, BCDC, because and I repeat it, the people in BCDC, like the CEOs and everything, they all have mental problems too. Like they would come in and say, "Your mother called." I'm like, my mother can't speak. I thought she was still in an induced state. That was before I found out they killed her. So for people to come to a woman and tell her your mother and sister called, I don't even have a sister. My mother's in an induced state, when in fact they had killed my mother. I mean, that's criminal. They imprisoned me to lie to me, to keep me in the dark even more because I was about to break through. That's means of like people in Pakistan or, Afghanistan. And this is probably the last video I filmed from this device. Now we're back to iPhone and I'm probably just going to switch servers. So bye, Cricket, Thelma and Alex. It was nice for you to try to keep me stuck for my maiden name. It didn't really work. So, that's all I'm trying to say, and then logically speaking, like think about it, all of you, you're all American and, okay, I know you hate me. I don't give a fuck, okay? Back off, stay away, fuck off, period. Besides that, because you hate me because I'm the only one doing anything ever anyway. and you all like, you only like people who get things for doing nothing just to like feel like you belong. So what now you all have all decided as a as a community, apparently Russell calls it Aurora. He calls the wife, he actually believes, he calls it Aurora. So he's calling me in a room with a woman called Heather. He calls me all the time and she responds. I mean, more of a dog behavior is like ridiculous, let alone the Victoria. I mean, I'm no longer that being. I have transmuted my timeline of my maiden self. That's finished. My contract for Aurora Mother of New Creation signed Dima is finished. You know, it is over. I mean, today is the last day. That's it. This is 2021. Tomorrow we're switching it up to 2022. You know, I completely let go, disinherit, disown everybody who's part of this hate crime stuff. Russell wanted to turn me Muslim. You know, he wanted me to like accept that he like that I'm gonna be the wife number X, like number whatever. So he wanted to like marry me for my maiden name in California while he married her in my royal wedding. And my mother had been preparing my wedding from Venus since I'm in Shasta. We were in council with the Galactics, and that's what Amy channeled. And she's like, yes, May is on Venus and she's preparing your divine union, your wedding. So then they killed May and Amy to marry a peasant hooker as such. And everybody's mocking me. You're assholes. Anybody who calls Heather their mom or they're calling Aurora, you don't have permission to call me in someone else's face. And then, you know, if you still want to conjure up, I mean, a being that has already transmutated and ended, I mean, you're keeping people stuck in the past, be it Jonah or Russell, you're both ridiculous. If Victoria stands up and says, I am Dima, I mean, what the fuck? It's not like, you know, that's like the name of a lineage of someone she's not. She's not from that family or that lineage. You know, it's not like she's saying, oh, my ascension name is Ruha Aom Amitum, and I am a divine council high priestess from Agartha. She doesn't know who she is. She's using someone else's earth name because it gives her privileges and money and a dick. I mean, please, honestly, please, like, May 2021 be the last time that we hear of women who hate themselves and, you know, those proceedings. I mean, past 2022, stop talking with me. You're all free. You're free to do what you want. If you want to go in a room and call me, but you're talking to Heather, know that everything you're asking from me to her face is not going to come true. I mean, you are stabbing yourself in the back every day. If you're fucking her for Russell and you're calling me in the room, I mean, and then you're hoping that I'm going to suck a random dick in my maiden name, I'm already sexually blocked. It's been years. I can't be touched by anything, by any organism, let alone a plant or an animal. Back off, stay away, you're mad, you're sick, period. You want to heal? Great, pay, period. You want me to suck a dick? Dream on, bitch, I can't. You stole my destiny, everything else. It's not possible. I ain't a sucker. Why would I? When I can't. You want to force Judy to suck a dick in Josiah's name? It can happen in fake Hollywood grids where everybody is making pretend, but in the Galactic Confederation, if you go up in heaven and you tell Jesus, hey mate, why don't you go down?